him. Mr. Aaron Stone, will you please lead us out?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, if you go up for a moment, take a moment of silence. Thank you. Be seated. Ms. Davis, don't think we have any presentations. Dr. White? No presentations. No public speakers. No public speakers signed up. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minutes, which have already been approved by the State Board of Education. Now I'll turn it over to Dr. White for the action items and superintendent's report.
We have memorandums of understanding with Mountain State Educational Service Collaboratives for next year to provide English learner services. That's paid out of federal funds. School bus driver training is needed. General legal services, Leslie Tyree Esquire, that's paid out of county funds. Investigative services out of county funds. A CTE liaison paid out of county and CTE funds. They work here at Ralph Willis with us. And then 2 full-time certified occupational therapy assistants out of special education funds. We also have agreements with Mountain State ESC, and they provide us Medicaid services. They do our billing. They work with us in other counties, and that allows our people to actually do the work with the children, and the billing is done through them. They facilitate the Region 2 Math Field Day, and communication specialist we share with other counties. That's also, all these are paid out of county funds. We have an MOU with for park and playground maintenance agreement for the town of Man, and that was effective May 18th. It's $300 monthly. Basically, the town of Man, because the playground is in the town. It is for property that they are to take care of the mowing and making sure the restrooms are clean and stocked and all of that for us. Simply because of the location, it's not in the area of our schools, but they're going to do that for us for $300 a month, and that will help. And they'll also schedule all the events there, like someone wants to rent property, birthday party, or soccer, or whatever that they would do in town. So it will take that off the plate of our principal at in high school, as far as trying to keep all of that straight for that property. We also have an MOU with Logan Professional Counseling to provide mental health services to Logan County students at no cost to the county. This is done through some grants and other. We are with the MOU with the West Virginia Military Authority, the West Virginia National Guard's Future Leaders Program. We're going to have 1 instructor at the Ralph R. Willis Center. We had 3 instructors at each high school, and the enrollment was low. So we wanted to keep the program because it's important, but we're going to have it at Ralph R. Willis, and it will have the added benefit of the CTE program. So we'll be working with them on that. That's $80,000 for that contract. We also have a contract for Jay Casas and Associates, and they're going to provide professional development from June 1st to May 31st, 25 leadership coaching on-site visits, 40 virtual leadership coaching visits, 3 workshop series. This is for our principals to help them with leadership and coaching in their schools so that they can build a culture. And we have a lot of young principals, so we want to support them with a mentor, if you will, and intensive leadership coaching. And that is paid out of state restricted funds. As Step 7D funds are only for professional development. That's the only thing we can use them for. Over the past few years, we haven't used them because we had COVID money come in, so we have plenty of money to pay for this, but it's other counties have used this group, and I've seen tremendous impact on their attendance discipline have improved, as well as academic score. So we just feel like we need to invest in our educators in our county, and this is one way that we can do that.
So they're gonna actually visit through the day with the,
Yes,
so it'll be on site, kind of job shadowing.
Seven access to these people. And, so it's a great way. And again, we have seven brand new principals, 6 or 7 at this time. So we want to make sure that we coach them up well so that they're successful. Out-of-state travel, Chapman Hill Middle School boys basketball team, team camp at Tusculum University in Tennessee on June 15th, 17th, no cost to the county. Chattanooga Regional High School boys football will go to the University of Pikeville on July 18th, and that's paid out of school football funds. And then Chattanooga Regional High School boys basketball team will attend the camp in Tusculum as well, at the same time as the middle school, and at no cost to the county. We have a bid approval for Brewer Fire Company for sprinkler repairs at Chattanooga Regional High School, Chattanooga Middle School, Intermediate School, Logan Middle, Man and Man Elementary for $36,000. So that's to make sure those sprinkler systems are repaired and up to code. We have a contract with Pride Community Services Incorporated, and they'll provide meals. We have meals for the pre-K Head Start program for 26-27. So that's one of our collaborative partners for pre-K. The third and final reading for new policies. The new policies are about tutors, about self-harm and eating disorders, which is known as Megan's Law, mandatory staff training on IEPs, and self-harm and eating disorders, Megan's Law again. Again, the 3,000s are professional staff policies and the 4,000s are service staff policies. And then we have some updated policies in the 3,000s and 4,000s that are also listed on the third and final reading to be adopted tonight. For finances, budget supplements, Fund 61, $14,328, $19,854, and $23.82. Budget transfers are listed as well. This time of year, we're making sure that we're moving the funds to where they were needed. Sometimes you over budget one category and under budget, so we make adjustments there, and those are all listed in funds 61 and 11. Some invoices, we had $815,019.60 in county invoices, CTE $23,483.56, food service $20,271.26, ISA $32,788.98, permanent improvements $475,225.85, and P card $63,273.51 for a total of $1,430,000. $430,62.76. And again, all invoices are available for review in the board office. You just need to contact Ron Justice. The personnel schedule is attached. I will go through that. For professional, we have under athletics, we are going to create a girls' head soccer coach at Logan High School. Starting to educate, there are enough girls interested that we could fully float a girls only soccer team at Logan High School. So we're going to give it a try this year. We're creating that position. We've employed some other people as a coach, authorized volunteer, and then 2 resignations of coaches as well. We employed some substitute teachers effective next year, and another teacher was employed in 4th grade at Buffalo Elementary, and that is from the RIF list. So again, we're hiring back some of our RIF teachers.
I mean, that total that y'all hired back.
I couldn't tell you off the top
Okay.
of my head.
Okay.
We'll get a count for you next.
Thank you.
And then summer school, pending student participation. We've hired some teachers for Chattanooga Regional High School for high school there. We're creating a special education diagnostician. These are people who test students who are that need evaluated for special ed. We're just changing. We have 2 already. We're changing the name. We've always had 3, but we had 2 for a while. So we're just renaming it so it makes more sense with what they actually did. Their previous title was evaluator, and that just didn't really tell exactly what they did. So we tried to get that changed. We're extending a contract extension for 14 days for Parent Education Resource Center person to help us with some end of the year things. There's some leave there for CTE instructor, and then realign this position at Man Middle and Man High from half half music band at Man Middle and Man High to just music at Man High School for next year. We got a resignation at Chapmanville Middle for band and a retirement at Man Middle. Next on the list is a suspension. Chad Butcher, who was a teacher at Logan High School, was suspended 3 days unpaid, May 22nd, 26th, and 27th of this year. And we have a termination of contract. Curtis Collins, a teacher at Logan Middle School, this was terminated from previously imposed paid administrative leave from February 19th to March 20th, and then was placed on unpaid administrative leave from March 21st till the termination date of May 26th. We have some transfers listed. And again, those are, as teachers, you know, the roof and transfer list, they see positions that are open, so they're transferring, and those are listed there. And so under service, we have some transfers there, again, due to the roof and transfer, so we're trying to get people in their positions there. And then we employed some painters for the summer, and we have a paint crew, and we're moving, you know, I forget which buildings we're painting this summer, but on the inside, but you know, we're creating a schedule to make sure all the buildings get painted on a regular interval. So that, but we've hired some of our current employees to be on the paint crew this summer. And then depending on needs for summer school, we have bus drivers hired, and some corrections we had to make. We hired some people from the substitute list, hired a nurse, some substitute cooks, and then general maintenance subs. And then we had some corrections with aides, and again, with all the movement of transfers and rifts, every now and then we had them at the wrong place, but we've got them where they need to be. So those are listed there as well. Some corrections we needed to make from the last one. Had a couple resignations, secretary and a substitute aide, a retirement, Logan High School custodian retired, and several transfers listed there as well. So again, those are based on job openings and the ribbon transfer. So that is the personnel items for today.
What?
Yes.
Before we move on to your superintendent's report, since we did the first reading,
Testing you there.
Before we move on to that, should have done this earlier. We've got, those in attendance today. We've got, Mr. Rodney Garrio, Mr. Dean is joining by phone, and myself, which gives us a quorum, for today's meeting. Now we're going to the action items for the policies.
yes.
And then we'll need to do J and K on the updated and the new.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and make a motion.
To vote on the approval, correct? I hear a second on that.
I'll second it.
Got a second from Mr. Rodney Garrio. First, Ralph second. Okay, so we're got a motion on the floor to vote on the new policies, third and final reading to approve them under approval item J for 1, 2, 3, and 4 policies labeled. All in favor of approving those policies, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion is passed by a 3-0 vote. Now we're going to move on to action item K. And this will be for the updated policies, third and final reading, voting on the approval of them. Do I have a motion to vote on the approval of those items? Okay, do I got a second? Got a second for Mr. Rutten Gario. Right now, we're gonna take a vote to approve all items under action item K, updated policy, third and final reading. All those in favor of approving those, updated policies indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. Policies have been approved. The updated policies have been approved with a vote of 3-0.
I apologize for reading on through and not stopping. on the
Good catch, Tony.
policies.
You're busy. Is it the proper time to get an update on the grade school in Logan? Or is that something we're going to get to?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good to go.
We can do that. I have my updates, but if you
Okay,
guys
I
like.
want to interrupt what you've
Oh,
been,
no.
I just didn't want to forget about.
Okay, yes.
I've had a lot of calls about it. That's why I
Sure.
just want
Sure,
people to
yeah.
know what's going on.
And I can start with that one if you want.
That'd be
if you all
great.
would like.
That's
so-
okay.
We have continued to be in weekly contact with the insurance adjuster since our last meeting, for Logan Elementary. And we actually talked to him today prior to the meeting. I'm like, Andrew and I called him and talked to him. And, his team is working on the report, the final report, and should get that to us soon with the associated costs. So they have all the things that need to be done. They're just putting the cost values with those. The adjuster gave the team that he's working with until the end of the week to complete the report. So we hope to have it, or he hopes to have it in his hands by the end of the week, and maybe we'll have it beginning of next week. Again, the safety of the students is paramount, and no decision will be made without complete information and input from stakeholders. Ms. Evans has met with the staff of Logan Elementary over the past few days, and we're moving forward with ensuring we have all the necessities for the classroom. Some of the teachers said they needed bookshelves and some other things, and we're getting those. And as well as other logistical components, students that have additional access to the gym, we've got a plan for that. The playground, there's some things we need there, and others areas the school needed to be looked at for the elementary students in the fall, such as different classrooms, smaller toilets, room dividers. You know, there's just some varied things. But we've talked to all of the teachers, cooks, custodians, principals for both schools, and they've been very candid and frank with them. We appreciate that, and we're going to work as hard as we can to get the things that they need, so that again, you know, we've got them in there in March so we can get school back going, but now we're stepping back, we're going, what are some adjustments we need to make for that? And again, we hope to have that report. You know, if they don't, I may drive to Charleston and just knock on their door until they get there.
Okay, on the building itself, how much is it covered insurance wise? Do we have a number? How much coverage we have?
I think it's, and I'm just guessing, it's right around, our insurance coverage was right around $5 million on the building, and about a little less, like 500,000 on the contents. So that was our insurance coverage. And again, as I said last week, once we got that information, we went back, I worked with the Department of Education, and I said, what would the SBA cost us per square foot to build our buildings? And we've adjusted our insurance policies in a lot of ways so that it'll cover 75 to 80% of replacement costs.
Mm-hmm.
So we will probably have a higher insurance premium in the fall, but it will have the coverage we need.
They let you adjust how much coverage you got,
Yes.
even after?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay.
What we had today.
I was gonna say, wow. I want that insurance company.
Yeah. Again, so, you know, we saw that was an issue, and again, with the Mann property, we found out there were some things with baseball fields that we thought were covered, were not. We added those to the policies. For our outdoor areas like playgrounds and lights and things like that may or may not have been covered. So our insurance policies meet our needs.
What's the cap on in the outside and inside now with the new policy? Okay.
They're still working on that policy.
Okay, then.
It'll be effective July 1st. They may have made that retroactive to the day we talked about it between now and July 1st. But Brandon is still working, you know, they're working through all that source.
Okay. The last meeting, we mentioned something about the cost of go ahead and get an architect work done. Is that covered by the insurance in addition to what?
It would, I'm not sure. how that would, you know, that might be a cost.
Because sometimes it's a,
It may be part of the building
uh-huh.
piece of the insurance, but that's a detail they'll give me when I get that report.
Okay.
So I'll know hopefully then.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
I know that's a lot, but
You
again,
explained it very well. I appreciate
there's a lot going on there.
Yes, it is.
And, we want to get it right. So some other things I'll share with you, we can officially announce that we'll be offering the aviation program at Ralph R. Willis Career Technical Center this fall in partnership with Marshall University and the Department of Education. We're one of 5 schools in the state, or 5 counties in the state that have this program. The initial program will focus on aviation mechanics, which is wonderful. And one of our teachers here at Ralph R. Willis is also a pilot. He's going to teach automobile mechanics in the morning and aviation in the afternoon. And then eventually we hope to expand that program to actual flying and some other things. But you know, we're starting out with that part. And again, we're only one of 5 counties that were selected for this program. The 3 high schools held their graduation ceremonies on Friday, May 22nd. We all attended, and it was a wonderful day to see students from all over the county graduate from high school. Many of them had earned college credits, CTE certifications, and many of them a 2-year degree before even leaving high school. So we're doing a lot to prepare our students for the future, even before they graduate. Last Wednesday, I mentioned earlier in the meeting that we had a contract with Jimmy Casas. He came in and worked with our principals to kick off the work he's going to be doing with us. Our principals next year is excited to have Jimmy and his team. And again, they're going to work closely with our principals to help them create a school culture that is positive, caring, and academically strong. We had many new principals and several veterans, and investing in our leaders, teachers, and students is how we go from good to great in Logan County. Tomorrow, we are meeting with our principals. We're in principals meeting tomorrow to work, and the WBD is sending someone down to help us work on our strategic plans at the school level, and they're finalize their schedules and work on them. So principals don't get a break, even though the teachers left today. We're working tomorrow together on those things. On your table is a copy of West Virginia Executive Magazine, and this edition has an article focused on Logan County, and it's called of West Virginia, and it's called Blazing Trails and Hatfield McCoy Mountain. And this article discusses our community revitalization, economic development. They interviewed me about the education programs we have available here, healthcare, outdoor recreation, and tourism. And the article highlights the educational opportunities our students have in the area. So if you want to find the article, not that I know where it is, but it's on page 24. So anyway, it's a nice positive article about our school system and about our community in general. We are going to, making sure I find everything here. We're going to be revising our volunteer policy, and that'll probably be one of the policies on the next agenda or in the coming weeks to incorporate legislative changes such as Megan's Law, which is, we just passed that policy to ensure we as a county have a consistent and thorough review of our volunteers who work in the schools, because they're also in the schools with our children. We want to make sure that they're properly vetted as well.
So that's getting more extensive.
Yes, yes. And, level of volunteers and what we're going to, obviously, so we're looking at background checks and things like that and how to do that. And, levels of volunteers, like if they're working the concession stand or versus they're in a room in the classroom or in the school building, that kind of thing. So we're finalizing some of those, and we'll give those to you to look at as well. We want to wish the Logan High School baseball team best of luck in the state tournament. They defeated Doddridge County yesterday. We'll play Wheeling Central Thursday at 5 p.m. at the Marshall University. That's correct. At ball field. Our newly elected board members now will be attending the West Virginia School Board Association orientation meeting Friday and Saturday at Canaan Valley. I will be presenting in a joint session with other superintendents and veteran school board members on Friday afternoon. So not only do I get to go, I have to work along there too. So that's good. It's a good thing. And finally, I want to thank the employees of Logan County Schools for their hard work and dedication to our students over the 25-26 school year. Some of our employees will be working throughout the summer, sprucing up our facilities or working with our students in the summer programs. We'll be offering summer meals at several locations beginning June 24. When August arrives, we'll be anxiously awaiting the return of our students to our Logan County facilities. And also wanted to give you an update on the manned light poles. We were able to work and get I signed the purchase order last week, so they should come in and get it installed pretty soon. So.
That PO was for the installation and purchase of the poles.
Yes.
So all we got to worry about now is getting the lights stretched.
So
Good deal.
we'll get this, that'll be installed and put in, but, it's joint property with county commission, so, we worked with them and, finally, we just went ahead and got what we needed.
Did they give you a time frame?
I don't have that, Mr. Dodson might have that, but I'll see what I can find out,
Okay.
but it should be assigned the purchase order, so that's usually
ASAP.
near the end.
Right, that's good. Thank you.
Has the demand for summer school been pretty good?
Yes, we have. One of the things, last week, we had several calls from community, some of the private schools in the area. They have some students that may need summer school. And of course, we are opening for summer school to any and all, Logan County students, as long as we have room. Mr. Ellis and Miss Evans have worked very hard with their teams to make summer school ready to go. We have the buses, we have the food, we have the teachers, we have the activities we're going to do with the kids. So we're excited to open it up to all of our students in the county.
So even the kids that go to private schools.
If they need summer school, they are, yes.
That's awesome. That's great.
They have room, so. And that's my report for today.
Good deal. Okay, we'll move on to action item 10, board for 10 on the agenda, board member comments. We'll start out, Mr. Rodney Gary.
Well, I'm glad to hear that we're progressing on the Logan grade school. It sounds like potentially opening up.
I am not promising you.
Well, we're getting the ball rolling, and
We know what's gonna, we know we will be at the middle school in the fall.
Got
There's just, even if we know, you have to bid things out.
sure, I mean, it's a time thing.
It's
You gotta
time,
get it back.
But
I appreciate your hard work. I know you've worked hard on this. Absolutely. I got confidence in that in you. I guess that's all I got to input, yes. And again, we've had a successful year. I think the graduation were awesome. I was tickled to death to be there with them, and hopefully next year we can have a even better.
Mr. Dean?
Just want to
Thank you, Mr. Dean. I'd just like to reiterate, thank everybody in this room and in all of our staff, school systems and the admin office. I think we've had a really good year. We've seen improvements in a lot of areas. And I've seen a lot of hard work, a lot of teamwork. And I think we're making progress in that area. graduation. Like Tony said, I was honored to be a part of it. All three of them great. Really enjoyed them. That's one of the happier events that we get to attend throughout the year on the Board of Education. That's one of the things you get to look forward to, seeing our kids off to the next chapter of their lives. You know, I just, man, I'm excited where we're at right now. You know, we've got a lot of stuff rolling around that we're discussing back and forth on everything from, you know, next year's scheduling to programs and activities for the kids, stuff we can do to make more enjoyable and to bring interest back. And some of the stuff we're rolling around is going to be real exciting to watch it unfold and watch it come out and see what everybody thinks of it. And our vocational school. I mean, the stuff that we have accomplished with this vocational school over the past 3 months is unheard of. And there's more coming that we can't share right now.
We can't,
But,
you hear me?
You know, a lot of VOTEC schools would kill just to nail down one of these programs in a 3-year period. And we have nailed down 3 or 4 in the last 2 months. And that is just unreal. And again, I'm hoping that brings interest. I had some unofficial numbers that were shared. I think it might have been Dr. White with our vocational enrollment for next year is through the roof already, over 300 already. So, you know, vocational school is just something that you can't beat. I mean, we're preparing kids to go out and be productive members of society, get them ready for the workforce. So I'm just real excited as to where we're standing right now, and really appreciate everything everybody in this room is doing and will continue to do to push this forward. With announcements, next Board of Education meeting be held on 6/23 of 26 at 5 p.m. at the Ralph R. Willis Vocational Center. That's all the announcements we have for tonight. So with that, if we could have a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Mr. Rodriguez with motion to adjourn. Need a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Dean with the second. All in favor of adjourning this meeting indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed say no. Vote carries 3-0 to adjourn, and we are adjourned at 5:33 p.m.